wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, boys? It's Clements back on the mic, back with another banger of a video, and today I wanted to make a video talking about Verdansk. If you're familiar with my channel whatsoever, you might be thinking, oh god, Clements, another one. You'll know that I've made many videos on the channel discussing Verdansk and how much I miss it, like the majority of players, and how and why it was so much better than the current map that we do have, which is Caldera. Almost chokes me to say the name of the map because it's just terrible, but in those same videos that I've made previously on the channel, I've also discussed the likelihood of Verdansk returning and why I don't think we are that lucky for it to return. I don't think it's coming back, or at least not how you might expect or hope for it to return. Most people and the majority of the player base right now, when asked would they want Verdansk to return and how would they want it to return, they would say yes, absolutely, because at least 80% of the player base of this game right now aren't happy with Caldera, and why would they be? It's a shit show. But when asked how they would want it to return in the same question, they would either say just pull out Caldera altogether and bring back the clearly more superior map, or a few would say a map rotation feature. Just like and how Apex Legends and other Battle Royale games do it, they would rotate maps, so they would rotate Caldera and Verdansk in and out of the game's playlists. Makes sense, right? I would have loved for this to be what Warzone Pacific brought to the table, but obviously it hasn't. You would have your OG beloved Verdansk in the game, but you will also have a new map that refreshes the game whether you like it or not. It's okay, because Verdansk will come back into rotation every few hours or every few days. I'm not entirely sure how Apex Legends does the map rotation. I've never actually played it. Well, I played it once or twice, but not long enough to know like when the rotations start and end and stuff like that. I'm presuming it's maybe every few hours, but either way it's a great thing. It keeps the players active and, you know, it keeps the game feeling fresh essentially, which is why it would have been a great feature for Warzone and pretty much any other Battle Royale game whatsoever. Caldera and Verdansk coming into rotations every few hours, every few days, and then during that downtime of your favourite map you would have Rebirth Island in the middle to play whenever. It would be perfect in an ideal world. But just like I've mentioned many times, like I said, if you watch my videos at all, the likelihood of that happening ever is very, very slim. And it does pay me to say that because, you know, I used to play this game, Warzone, every day, all day, whenever I could. Verdansk, I just fell in love with that map and now it's gone. If Rebirth Island wasn't a thing, this game would be 6 feet under, 100%. So yeah, map rotation, Verdansk returning, the chances of it happening are very slim. And it's not because the devs behind this shit game or Activision don't want map rotation. It would be the best thing for them, not just for us as the community, but for them as well. From a business standpoint, from a business point of view and financially, it would be great because everyone is happy then and the player count will either stay the same like it was or go up, meaning more money for Activision, and it'll impress people like the shareholders of the game as well, etc. Yeah, I think this game has suffered massively because of Caldera. Just like I said, I'd say at least 80% at least of the community right now are not happy with Caldera. They're either playing Rebirth or some other game, so the player count has ultimately suffered, and I think the game has just suffered, which means Activision will have suffered as well financially. You know, Activision have invested in this huge new map that they've probably worked on for about a year, just for it to be pushed out and then people just say they don't like it. So, you know, that investment has gone out the window, and, you know, the game is suffering, so they're suffering even more money now. It's a huge loss on everyone's part, really, but yeah, like I've said, I don't think it's possible. Map rotation, I don't think it's possible because of hardware limitations. It's because of the game's engine. Warzone still runs on the same engine, the same application, as we all know, as Modern Warfare 2019, and that is the problem. I'm going to play a clip recorded from a stream interview with clearly some sort of developer behind Warzone or someone who's an insider of Raven Software or Activision. I don't know, he's somebody from somewhere, and I want you to pay really close attention to what he says about a map rotation feature.
Like a map rotation. Some people, some people love Verdansk, some people love Caldera. I just want to see what your thoughts would be on that.
Yeah, so we want that.
Yeah,
we all want that. So there's a technical problem. The install and reinstall sizes, is fucking crazy. It's
probably insane.
Right? So it's insane, right? Like, you know, if we pulled out, you know, Caldera and said, okay, we're going to drop in Verdansk. I mean, this could be like essentially re-downloading. Like I
know a lot of people complain about that.
Yeah, and every time we've done that, right, we lose players because it's just like really, you're kind of like, I don't want to re-download this, uninstall
These
I can't
poor guys on a PS4 are like, dude, what do I do?
Yeah, like a base. I think you can't fit anything else besides Warzone and modern on a base PS4.
You're so limited.
Now, so that's where we have been putting a lot, like looking to the future, putting a lot more effort into how do we sort that out.
So there you go, guys. As you just heard, officially, a map rotation feature isn't something that's coming anytime soon due to quote-unquote technical limitations, which is exactly the phrasing I've used whenever I've discussed the possibility of map rotation in Warzone. So, if they were to bring back Verdansk, what we can take from that clip is if they were to bring back Verdansk, it would either mean constant huge updates every time they rotate it, or it would mean only having one map or the other. Majority of the community are with me and would obviously take Verdansk over this specific shite, but Activision and Raven aren't going to do that if they can help it, unless the player count drops massively and they take a serious huge loss in money, that they would have no choice but to bring back Verdansk. But they aren't going to do that whilst they're still making money. It would have been a waste of resources and money to invest to make this Caldera map that they've been working on for most likely a year. So they're going to do everything they possibly can to push Warzone Pacific and bring back Verdansk as a last resort. Apparently, I've made a video on this before on the channel, but apparently Verdansk is coming back next year in some capacity. I've dived into it all and covered it on the channel already in a previous video, but it turns out that apparently that might only be for COD Mobile, which would be a whack to the balls or a smack to the face in all honesty. But also they've said it's coming for quote-unquote specific platforms, so that's what swayed me into believing that it's coming with the launch of Warzone 2, which would make the most sense. They know we want it, everyone will be on board with Warzone 2 automatically if Verdansk was promised to be there at launch. Warzone 1 would then obviously be left to rot ultimately, inevitably, and no longer would be supported with updates. This making Activision that sweet moolah whilst keeping everyone, such as myself, happy. And then Warzone 2 is going to be its own separate application running on next-gen hardware on PC, of course, dropping last-gen consoles. So it'll open doors for features such as map rotation. That's my take on it anyway. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I wouldn't hold my breath for Verdansk coming back anytime soon. Warzone 2 is at least another year away. Nothing would excite me and make me happy than Verdansk coming back, but I just don't think, without lucky, I don't think it's going to happen. At least not on Warzone 1. I think it's long gone. I think it's gone girl. I think we're stuck with Caldera for the time being, unfortunately. And Rebirth Island, which is still a lot of fun, honestly. I hope they don't change Rebirth. I think they've learnt not to mess with Rebirth, honestly. I don't think they'll risk it with Rebirth. I think that's the only thing carrying this game at the moment. So, yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Just another discussion video talking about news and leaks and rumours and just my opinion on things and whether Verdansk is coming back, which it is, but not for a long time and not how you might think. At least not how you might think before watching this video. So, yeah, I've been Clements. You guys have been absolutely amazing as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and take care.